The Philippines and Chile have signed 2 agreements that seek to further strengthen ties between the 2 countries. President Aquino and visiting Chilean President Michelle Bachelet witnessed the signing of the accords that aim to strengthen cooperation between the 2 countries in areas of disaster risk reduction and management, as well as develop a framework for negotiating a free trade agreement. Bachelet is in Manila for a state visit ahead of the APEC summit on November 18 and 19. More of this report from Elena Luna.
The Philippines and Chile signed 2 agreements as President Michelle Bachelet made her first state visit to the country. Both leaders witnessed the signing of a memorandum of understanding on disaster risk reduction and management.
In the aftermath of Typhoon Haiyan in 2013, our embassy in Santiago was overwhelmed by the outpouring of sympathy and assistance from Chileans across society. The Philippines likewise displayed its solidarity with Chileans in the aftermath of the recent earthquake in north-central Chile. President Bachelet and I witnessed the signing of an MOU on disaster risk reduction and management, which aims to institutionalize cooperation between our governments in preparation for and during the onset of natural disasters.
Chile and the Philippines share a geography characterized by the risk of intense volcanic and tectonic activity of the Ring of Fire in the Pacific Ocean. That led us to sign today a memorandum of understanding on disaster risk reduction and management, which will allow us to exchange knowledge and experiences in this area. Thank you so much for your solidarity on our last event, and that way we will diminish and prevent the impact caused by natural disasters in our territories and strengthen at the same time the bilateral coordination of the humanitarian response.
The second agreement is a letter of intent on enhancing trade relations aimed at developing a framework for mutually beneficial trade agreement.
Our wish is to start negotiations during the first semester of 2016 because we could think it would be a good way to commemorate the 70 years of diplomatic relations between both countries.
President Bachelet considers this visit with great importance as Chile and the Philippines are set to celebrate next year the 70th anniversary of diplomatic relations. Diplomatic relations with the Philippines is the oldest Chile has with a country in Southeast Asia. Chile hopes to receive more investments from the Philippines.
You have extensive experience in geothermal energy, which is very interesting by our, for the clean and renewable energy policies promoted by our country. There is already a geothermal exploration project in the Maule region, a promising Philippine undertaking in Chile by Energy Development Corporation. We hope that the experience of this company encourage other Philippine investors to start business in Chile. There is also space for a wide range of bilateral cooperation activities in areas such as public policies, mining, agricultural crops, and natural disasters.
President Aquino said discussions on strengthening cooperation against transnational crimes will continue. He also mentioned other potential cooperation, like in education, where the Philippines can provide technical assistance by sending Filipinos who can teach English language in schools. Bachelet is her country's first woman president, similar to the president's mother, former President Corazon Aquino. During the state luncheon in honor of Bachelet, President Aquino shared a common experience with the leader of Chile.
In you, Madam President, I can say I find a kindred spirit. You yourself experienced what it was like to stand up to a dictatorship and thus demonstrated the solidarity and sacrifice required to build a vibrant democracy together with your people. As individuals who had to endure hardship and exile under our country's dictatorial regimes, you and I know full well the terror that tyranny brings. And by regaining our liberties, our function has been to make democracy inclusive for everyone. It is my belief that if we fail to do so, there might be that temptation for some quarters to return to some form of totalitarianism. Thus, in our own capacities as leaders of our peoples, we must continue to exert every effort to live out the beliefs that our countrymen are worth fighting for, and that remembering the sacrifice of the past gives us a firm foundation for a prosperous, inclusive future that will never allow tyranny to return.
Bachelet, on the other hand, read a poem of Chilean Nobel Prize winner Pablo Neruda.
El Océano Pacífico se salía del mapa.
She thanked President Aquino for the warm reception and invited him to visit Chile. For the People's Television, Elena Luna.